Good afternoon, all. This is Fari Hemzi. It's about 4:31 um, p.m. Wednesday, 25th of October. As you know, tomorrow is the 25th anniversary of me starting this journey. Not really planned and not really thought out, to be honest with you. It just that it was trying to feel a need, and sometimes the best work is that way, where you feel a void, and then it takes you on a journey which you don't have really a final destination in mind, but through sheer survival, you know, and the market forces, you find what's needed because you can't build things where nobody wants them. You know, there was a Huntington descendant with lots of money. He had built a toilet that keeps you warm in a cold area, and before figuring out any market, I mean, talking about the seats, okay, the seat. Uh, without doing any market research, without looking at different things, he just teamed up with a designer, and he built a warehouse and packed it with this. They sold three. Don't do that. Okay, you're not gonna go very far with that. You gotta build things that people need. So you have to fill a void. So anyhow, okay. As you know, we post our webinars here, which is our YouTube handle, and we've been doing it since 2007. And we have about 1,000 videos there, about 1,700 followers. Um, reason I bring this up, here's how you. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry. No. Here's how you get to it from here. This link, our YouTube channel, and we email it. And also, we post it on Twitter. A gentleman had complained that on the comment section of the YouTube that I ramble a lot and I could actually be a good timer or something like that. Whatever. I just blocked them. I don't get involved with people to argue. Doesn't understand what I've done. And my question was, what have you built? I built F-18s and B-2s, and I built this. And for 11 years, I was a board of a publicly traded company, which we sold to Intuit. Tell me what you have built, okay? The issue is message. A lot of people get our message. They're very grateful. We've done good. And here's now. Today's a different ball game. I don't have today's data posted yet, but here's us. No, forget the orb. Let's talk about this. There was market timing. There we go. And this is what we have built. Okay. And these are results. Now, again, this results, if you click, is yesterday, not today. I haven't got to today's just been horrible. So we'll figure it out. But Meta came good. Hopefully we'll give it every other day or so. I post these and updates. So let's see how we are tomorrow. In the morning, I warned that this is going to be a tough one. Be careful, not just being Wednesday, but just the bad news from Google was too much, and it turned out to be 9% down. Meta is up a bit, so we should, but it doesn't have the same impact it used to have, like with and Google is just too big, so I don't think they're gonna uh, uh, fix each other or complement the loss. But we have a good portion of the earnings left. Some of the big guns are still out there, like Amazon and Apple, so we look forward to them. We're long, and we're going to hold on to a long, unless the bottom falls, but I don't think so. We had a vote in Washington. There's a speaker picked, not necessarily my choice, but he seems to be a very nice guy. We should give him a chance. Well read, well spoken, very sophisticated. The only problem I have with him is that he's election denier. At least he was. Maybe he can change his mind because Meadows accepted what do you call it, plea deal, and that's good to fix up everybody who needs their brain change. I mean, I'm sorry, it would save people from changing their brains, having a brain transplant, because now Meadows is going to be talking. So I rest my case. Told you guys 3 years ago what's going on, and I was right again. So we'll stick with that. How did I tell you? Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Look at the timestamp to see what I said. So hopefully, let's give him a chance. Hopefully, he'll come around. I think it seems to be. I liked his speech. He seemed to be very focused on the problems he's going to deal with, especially what's in front of us now, and so on and so forth. So let's give them a chance. I do have a problem with the market and Congress, and that is the 15th of or 17th of November. It is, which is the budget issues and so forth, and we just can't have a shutdown. That's a no-no. If we do, well, we won't stay shut down, but if we go shut down, obviously should be prepared that damage is going to be big and we're going to drop. If you remember 2008, no, 2018, I'm sorry, 2018. As a matter of fact, that was turned out to be one of my second best trade in that decade. First one was pandemic, yeah. So if it goes there, we'll go there. I'm not afraid. Remember, I'm not, as Gecko said, don't fall in love with your stocks. I don't get involved. If things are wrong, you just hit the ejection seat. Yeah, that's why we were shopping with Admiral Tico at the Aston Martin. First thing Admiral Tico asked was that, "How's the ejection seat? How does it work?" The guy didn't get it, of course. The first two, I think it's Goldfinger. Yeah, James Bond. So yeah, but always have an ejection seat. So you may need to pay extra for the parachute. I don't think that's included in the original price. Yeah. Having said that, let's get started here, guys. Okay, housekeeping. Okay, we're going to do some charts here today. In addition, using using our swing we used to do, but we're going to try to make it every week or every other week. By the way, I may go to every other week. I've had the privilege of one of my projects being funded, and that's fairly large. And as such, I may have a little bit less time. We'll see. But to the best I can, we'll do that still this Wednesdays. I have no plan yet, but I would say probably January on. You may go to bi-weekly every other week. So, but we'll let you know. But I want to add to that the top 10 names of Qs in here. Fang, Fang doesn't include Microsoft. It should be Microsoft, Fang, Tesla, and Nvidia. So what is that? 2, 4. That's 9. Okay, so 2 or 8, whatever. But whatever, what percentage-wise, we're going to add that. Why? For us who trade in Qs, it is absolutely crucial for us to understand what kind of pressure the big names are. For example, here's Microsoft. I know it probably gave back a little bit, yeah, but not too bad, up 3%. So, and so on, so forth. So that's what we added. 1. 2, we've added a new indicator to our happy package, which comes through here. And this is for the happy expert, our the top package of the top level of prop indicators. We have a DMZ. Well, I don't know if it's posted here now. We have a DMZ that you guys look at that we show. Now we've added a DMZ plus to it. Here's an example. Basically, it's that center line. You see that dashed line? This wasn't there. These two are statistical filters we've added to our dual CI, not this one. This is a regular CI. We have what's called DCI, our second indicator that we ever wrote back in, there we go, dual CI, this guy. DCI, yeah, okay, no, this is not Director of Central Intelligence, no. That's not Dick Alps, no. Or Bill Casey. Yeah, but no. My point is, this sat dormant. This one and this one was written first. Then we wrote the diff, like a couple of months later, per request, actually, from members who were using it. We still have folks from the original involvement with this. Okay, Ted Kettler. He used to trade for, not trade. He managed portfolio for Putnam, fairly large portfolio, and then he worked for Hambrecht and Quist, the investment banks. Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, it's fairly. I'll give you a ring. It's fairly large. I'm nervous as hell. I'm nervous as hell. So, but it just happened by chance. But it's actually it's a side effect of ICMICOU. Side effect of Isaac Fried and Tom. It's real estate. It's a institutional real estate money. Okay, they're scared. They're absolutely scared. Yeah, and they can't short it. So they want to come in and diversify. And what I'm asking is peanuts, given their size. Yeah, they're downtown LA. major name. So if you just, give me a couple of floors of the building, that would do. I don't need the building. Yeah. Remember why? Because NQ is 49-1 leverage. And it's actually built for Tiger. Tiger Shark was built for a project like that. So they want it. So I'm not closing down anything. I'm not changing, but I may have to redo my hours. That's all. So I can have a little bit of a time off too because you can get beaten up. But that's good. Yeah, it's all good. Anyhow, but maybe in January we'll start because we're still doing the paperwork and it's a syndication, so you got a lot of paperwork is involved in it. What do you call it? Legal and accounting and banking, and then trade stations. A slew of process got to go through. Anyhow, we'll get there if we get there. But when we get there, I'll let you know. But anyhow, we've added DMZ Plus. It went out. We're about a month. We're going to show you in our chat rooms. And then it's part of the expert package, which those who have TradeStation couldn't acquire. As a matter of fact, we're still having a special, by the way. Tomorrow's the last day. Tomorrow's our anniversary. 26th is in Iranian calendar, Shah Abad, which is the birthday of the Shah. Not intended to be that way. It just turned out that way. As a matter of fact, there was a chance back 25 years ago tomorrow. I wasn't going to do it. I just got to wait. I had a very, very hot date. I wanted to go and hang around with her, but I said, Perry, just get it started. It was afternoon. Market in California closed at 1 p.m. So I sat down before I knew there was 2 pages. It was written in VBA, Visual Basic, because it's a put call ratio. It was basically running an Excel in real time. You feed it data, and that was our biggest issue. And you compute the dollar weighted put call, number of calls, number of puts, amount of money paid for the calls, amount of money paid to the puts. You take that ratio. Why? Not all options are created equal. So when there's a pressure, the issue is how much dollar is coming in, not how many contracts are sold. The original put call was with Marty Zwick. If you guys watched uh, uh, Wall Street Week with Louis Lukaiser, he was often one of the panelists. Couple of times a quarter, sometimes every other week, depending on subject he was there. He did based off of back of Wall Street Journal. If you take the newspaper, look at number of calls, number of puts. Wood came up with the concept of put call ratio. It's inverted. It's put call, and but by the time we get to 98, now we have internet, we have data, we have TradeStation, we have an Excel sheet that you can attach and feed to it. I think the feed we were using, I forgot who it was. Oh, Thousand Analytics was, which later on merged to become Arca. Stuart is a good guy. He really helped me. Stuart Thousand, he really helped. He says, you got a good mission. Let me help you any way I can. And he assigned his CTO to me to help with the programming. It was not an easy task. Joe Goldberg, now he's a CTO for Citadel in Chicago. Yeah, very smart guy, very humble. Work his ass off. So, and we go along just fine. I kind of miss him, but now he's at Citadel. More power to him. So anyhow, so that's 25th year. But when the 25th year anniversary promo, it goes until tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night. We're gonna cut it off, and you get 25% off. Write to me, or maybe you're in the distribution list. You got the email. It's not on the website. When we do a special, it's never on the website. So don't go through the website because then we have to cancel that and get you sign up again. Just send us the email. We'll take care of you. If its email is before tomorrow midnight, we'll still honor it. Given we may be delayed to respond to you, but we'll still honor it. There's one person I've already said I will honor it because he's got some personal issues, family-wise. Until next week, I said fine. A few days doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna complain. What worst case is PayPal. I'll tell them go fly kites. Yeah, I hate these people who get out of their own business. They'll tell them go mind your own business. Yeah. Okay, that we've done. Emails. Okay, let me go over emails. We're getting a number of people saying we're not getting your PMT emails. Our PMT product, okay, is strictly email based. There's no chat room. Admiral Tico is. I don't want to go through the trade here. Yeah, he's the exec. He's our executive officer. The executive officer in Navy is the number 2. He's number 2 in command. He has the missile key around his neck, and I couldn't launch the missiles without his approval. So he handles that. You see emails from that. His email is admiraltico@hamzyanalytics.com. There you go. There you go. Admiral Tico at hamzalex.com is his email right there. If you're not getting it, most likely, okay, I can't say for sure, but most likely you got it's going to your spam folder. It could be going to if you have a Gmail, it could be under promotions or there's got three of them. I know Gmail messed this up. They have three inboxes: personal, something, and something. Please look at all of them. You need to whitelist us, and there should be no problem. Okay. Now, if you're using Yahoo, that's a different problem, and you shouldn't be using Yahoo. You should not be using Yahoo for. I think philosophically speaking, a trader should not have a Yahoo account. It doesn't show well. Okay, it doesn't show. Yeah, because Yahoo's always late. You know, they're out of money. They really don't have much money. They don't have much of a sponsor, and I think they're part of Verizon or something. And servers are old. And it was the first free email, so you got zillions and zillions of people there. I'm beginning to get even upset with Gmail. So Gmail is relatively good if you want a free one, or you can pay $6 like to GoDaddy and have your own email. You can have your own URL and just connect to that and go that way. Yeah. So that's was the email. So please check your spam. Aside from that, talk about 25th, DMZ. I think we're good. All right. Let's move on. Third part of a puzzle. Again, as I mentioned, at the end of the regular charts, we're going to do FANG. So about 6, 7, 8 names. We're going through each one of them. If you want to ask me an extra name, I have no problem. But not all day, not all night. I cannot go too far. Okay, econ calendar. All right, today is today's 25th. So this morning we had new home sales. Let's go there, see what we got. $75, $676. Wow. It was wow. It went way past the consensus range. Wow. Oh, bravo. That's probably pushed the market down too. Yeah. There's activity there. That's good. Okay. We're gonna see what else do we have. Powell spoke. Well, Powell's speaking at 4:35. It's about speaking now then. Okay. Let's see. What was it there that we want to talk about yesterday? There was a PMI composite yesterday. Let's see how they came up at 51, 50, very much in line. Very much in line. So no significantly high or low, just around 50%. Kind of neutral. All right, tomorrow, durable goods. Well, my favorites. Okay. 0.2 revised. How can it be revised already? Who are these guys? Dennis, you know these guys? How would they know what this revision is? Wait a second. Data comes tomorrow. Oh, wow. Okay. New orders 0.2. They're expecting to be a pretty big range. Consensus is 1. Okay. X transportation 0.4. Prior. We don't know what the revision is. 0.2. And then that range. Okay. I usually try to visualize it where my range is. Core capital goes month to month. 0.9. 0. Oh, Jesus. This is interest rates, guys. Yeah. It is. Cost of money. Well, remember, debt is really, really going crazy. So, and we're about 1/3 of the budget is now interest payments. So, well, kept on telling people, forget tax cuts, forget these freebie printouts. But we were about to fall into a from the cliff. So both pandemic, tax cuts, and Trump, tax under Bush. 1/3 of our debt is the tax cuts. 1/3. Okay, and we're going to pay for it in a year or two. Why? About a quarter of it is coming due in the next year or two, and those the cost basis of those monies were much cheaper. You're not going to get that kind of a favorite pricing. So are we doomed? Well, I don't know, but I know that it's going to be difficult. Yeah. If you have a high margin business, you won't even notice it. But if you're working for somebody or you have a normal business in terms of yield, in terms of profit margins, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be under pressure. See, I got like 98, 99% gross margin. This is software, okay? And what I have is half of U.S. population has involvement in stocks and bonds. So half the U.S. population technically is my target, and it's a zero marginal cost and it's scalable. But this was, I wrote the code with no plans, but there's a plan about this business. Yeah, this is far more profitable than newspapers. So I won't be hurting, but a lot of guys out there are going to be hurting tough. For example, real estate. In my club here, in my cigar club, almost everybody, there's some heavy duty guys there. I've canceled the real estate projects completely, scared to death. So we shall see. Remember, now others are up too. Okay, this is by the way, that line you see there, that golden rod I'm tracing here, this is the 7-year rate. You do this, if you do this, you'll see. This is the 7-year high low. I mean the high. So you could see every time we've broken it. But look what happened here. We just went nuts here. Or is this a year? Here we go. This is a year. If you put if I put my marker here, this is about a year. You could see that year what has happened. So, and this is cars. This is auto. I mean homes, and this is pensions, long-term liability. Yeah. This is our economy. Autos and housing. They're both going to be in trouble. So I'm sorry, but that's what it is. So be careful with your portfolio. Get rid of some of those Bawa stocks. Make sure you can short them. Any asset that you cannot short, it's a technical problem. Just think about that. Any asset that you cannot short. Let's go back. We're not rambling back and forth. We're just going through what these charts are taking us. If you have a question, you can post. I'll be happy to answer. Next second item I like this week is GDP. By the way, we could pay all of this, okay? But we can't be doing it with these numbers. We need to be at like 8%, 9% for 10 years, like China. I won't say Russia, but I say China. You know, state capitalism. Russia has no economy. It's a gas station. So forget about that. But I'm talking about China. At least they have an industrial bit. But you need to do like 8, 9, 7% GDP per year sequentially. You know what? We'll never work that hard. We're too lazy bums. Too much of lazy bums. We have the beer, the babes, and the baseball, and the beaches. 4 B's, right, Dennis? Beer, babes, baseball, and beaches. So how are we gonna work? It's very different than China. Anyhow, but I do want to be aware of what this number is tomorrow. It's important. I don't see how they're saying 6%. I don't know what they're smoking, but more power to them. 6%? I don't think so. But we shall see. Now, it could be also a blip. Blip is not going to solve the problem. We need to be at a faster rate than this for maybe a decade before we make a dent. Otherwise, we have a $2 trillion deficit right now. So this year. So I know the tax receipts have dropped. One of the things is also recent reports where the tax receipts have dropped. So keep your eyes open. If you're going to invest in something, please do the what ifs, like not just the baseline, but a reduction of baseline. Forget about the top picture or possibilities. There was a group of syndicators coming here for real estate, cigar club, and I don't get involved with that. I'm not a brick and mortar guy. I sold my last property in Beverly Hills in 2006. Yeah, so I was happy about it. I'm happy now too. But I've been leasing since then. Why? Real estate can never return to me what I make in the market, dollar for dollar. Plus, I can short it. Plus, at the end of the day, I go flat. Okay, so, they had me sat down just as a courtesy, and I wasn't involved. I mean, I was just having a cigar, drinking a cafe latte, the iced latte, and then those guys are not coming around anymore. Yeah. I don't think their work projects pencils out, and they have no way of shorting it. So do your homework, please, and don't look at just upside. These guys, they kept on saying upside. This, da, da, da. I asked them one question. I said, How many downside scenarios you have? They didn't have any. You can't. You gotta look at your baseline, upside, and a little bit of downside. At Northrop, we had to prepare for 3 downsides, and most of us were classified, at least company classified, because that's to do with the business operations. And so you've got to be prepared for a downside. An average guy out there isn't, and that's sad because they're going to be caught at the wrong time. So that's the econ calendar for now. Oh, by the way, in January, I've ordered the econ calendar for the following year. It's a hard copy. It's not something I can show there, but at least I can look at the following week. I like to cover what we're expecting the following week. But at minimum, we can look at our calendar here. Next week, we will have the third is the non-farm payroll, which is Friday. Yeah, because this is the fourth week. Next week will be first week of November. Okay. Again, times to watch, things to watch, or times we will have problem. 17th of November, I believe, is where that deal that McCarthy made with Biden is done, and they have to. I'm sorry, not with Biden. Well, yeah, the shutdown, yeah. So the plan was to have 5-6 weeks. I think it comes due on 17, which is 2 weeks from next week, Friday. So middle of a month, week before Thanksgiving. All right. Okay. Charts. Let's go to charts. Now, one more thing. You should be doing TICO. You should TICO. Okay, because TICO posts charts here, market timing charts. Not all of them. Some selective and some remarks. It doesn't replace what we do here, but it gives you a chance to occasionally see what's important. Let's say not every day, but close. But every other day. Not every chart every day, but you know, one of the things I like is SP2. Obviously, there we go. You can see it. You can see that how we pulled back today, and this bothers me. So this sort of thing. So make sure you follow Admiral Tico. Remember, we can get to this much faster than we can do email. We have too big of an email list. This is instantaneous. All those things. Elon took it over. They got a lot of service to cut costs. The system maybe getting more efficient in other ways, but the end result I'm looking for. I don't care about nuts and bolts. That's their business. But the problem is that this is slow. This is slow. Here's a chart he put up this morning about the yield to maturity. There you go. This kind of stuff. Boom, boom, boom. So you want to take a look and see. All right. No trades. No trades there. Trades are only on website and you have to log in. We only give you hints. We give you some charts to look at. Food for thought. We do not give trades. Oh, somebody was asking me, is this Fari? So Tico answered. What did Tico answered here? I think he did, no? He said, no, I'm his boss, something like that, yeah. So, anyhow, so let's see. So make sure that you're following us, that's all. You can follow it at night, doesn't matter. Let's see, what else do I want? Boom. Let's go to charts. Okay, these are market timing charts. Big bad news today. Damn Google, and let's just look at Google first for a moment. As you know, I do multi-time frame look. And I used Google L with the L at the end. This is the one with the voting rights. Okay. And you could see close the low of the day. I mean, just got clobbered, more than 10% down. I think twice before they have done that. I think Peter Cook in the chat room was talking about it today. Yeah, and one of my good friends, she left Microsoft and went to Google. Oh wow. Is she blonde? Yes, she's blonde. But she's actually a smart cookie. But she's on the side, she's also blonde. Okay, but she sold Microsoft stock, left, went to Google, and got a bunch of rewards, and that's where she's sitting. This is bad news. Look at that Sigma level. I don't care how you cut it. Sigma is a measure of where you are against yourself. That it closed at 3 Sigma on a daily. This is not good. So if you go back and look at this pattern, look where the top was of this month. Yeah, I mean we could be at 112 and I wouldn't pass that we will be testing 90. Are we going to do some options on this? I don't know. I did one for NVIDIA. Those we post, Reg FD. It's for affiliate. It's not for a service revenue. And we would do it. We were good here. We were good here. We got into trouble today. But these are February's. With February expression on NVIDIA. Why? The chip they're working on. It takes time. But I also didn't want to get over this noise, this Congress stuff noise, November 17th shutdown noise past that. Yeah. You know, we are oversold, and we're going to get maybe a little bit more oversold, but then some bargain hunting will come. Other than, you know, exogenous news, which nobody can predict. Yeah, like look at what happened, unfortunately, in right outside Gaza in Israel. Very, very horrible. Several friends who have some news on some news not on everybody, but in both Tel Aviv because of the launch missiles, and also some in the actually who lived near that area in the kibbutz. So it's that. And nobody's saying anything. That's a problem. I mean, I mean, we're not fixing it. We're just saying it's a bad thing. I know it's a bad thing, but you got to fix the root cause, and we don't do it hard enough. Yeah, so I don't want to argue about that. That's not my area. All I know is that for years everybody supported Hamas, and now look what they did. So, including Israel. Remember, there were Muslim Brotherhood offshoot. So the Egyptians have a lot of control over them. But, you know, they're not doing anything. So it's sad. Take care of the people. What does poor people have done to be a victim here? On both sides, this is wrong. Yeah. Oh, well. Okay. We pulled up a tad on the price. You could see a little bit of the bullish divergence here on SPX. What's causing it? Advanced decline data, volume data. That's what goes into this. So, I'm sorry, goes into this. So we're pulling up a tad. Let's see if the bleeding stops. I have no idea. We are look at what breadth thrust is. I mean, we are 31, 35. Yeah. So you should be. I'm sorry. How can they let this market tank and abandon Israel? What does this market have to do with Israel? But we have other issues in this country, not just Israel. Supporting Israel is one thing. That's not a problem with that. My dad was involved on the Israeli side, both in 67 and 73. But this market in Israel, I don't see the connection. This is just the problem. The only connection I see is lack of order in Washington, because you got a bunch of crazies in charge. And you could see that some of them are still election deniers. 62 cases, including Supreme Court said, go and F yourself. Okay? There was, of the 60 cases, one of them had a partial win, but nobody followed through. Remember, saying something, it doesn't make it a fact. You have a fact, bring it to a court and prove it, show it. Let's go through a rigor of accepting as a fact. They've done that. So you still have this. So we're going to have some chaos still in Washington. But at least they're beginning to go to regular order and start looking at help. But market is a different problem. Market has a lot of issues. Mainly, in my opinion, again, my humble opinion, is the budget. The budget is just about 1/3 of our budget is going to be interest. So it's the bonds. It's the bonds and notes. And they're coming due for refinancing. Our cost basis are dramatically going to change. So our interest expense is going to go up. Just simple stuff. Theory of the firm, like Econ 102. Okay, just think of it. Except this time the firm is the U.S. government. Right now, more and more our loan is expanding, so interest will, but also the rates are exploding. Okay, that's not going to be easy. So when they come to refinance, we're going to have a quantum jump in our interest expense. And then they say there's Sacred cows, you can't touch them, like Social Security, Medicare, all that. And yes, I'm over 65. Will it impact me slightly? But I think I think what you need to do is fix the country and get rid of all the pork and all that. So, and also don't forget the impact of military-industrial complex. Yeah, the Washington, not Washington, but let's say Lockheed, Northrop, which I worked for, and Boeing, Raytheon, L3, all these guys have a vested interest here. As a matter of fact, we used to say in our business plan, our long-range planning document, which was not secret, but was company confidential, and it's like 40 years ago, 35 years ago, that was our test area. Yeah, Arab Israeli conference was our test area. We built it, we tested there because you can test it at Mojave Desert. You can do it at Edwards. You could do the bombing run off of Anacapa Islands for the Navy, but there's nothing like a war. So there's a lot of vested interest. Yeah, and it's corrupt. It's corrupt. There's no question. And you talk about megabucks. Megabucks. Look at. Hold on. Look at here. Let me show you something. Hold on. NOC, Northrop Grumman. Okay, when I was there, it traded 20s. There's no split here. It traded 20s. Okay, you can see where we are. 556. So, and I cashed out. Obviously, they wouldn't have you stay there for 1 there once you resign and leave. And I resigned because I want to come to this business. They sent me to MBA school at UCLA, AGSM, Anderson Glassman Graduate School of Management, and that was it. That was the bug. I got it. It's the second school in the country in derivatives, after U of Chicago. Obviously, it's not like a Stanford entrepreneurship, Harvard for international business, whatever. This was it. I got the bug, and that was it. Probably the best thing ever happened to me. I have only one W-2, Northrop. Since I've been on my own, and I've had ups and downs, but that makes you tough, and it teaches you things, And so I don't regret it. Yeah, it was a lot better than working for Northrop, but here's the yearly monthly chart you could see. But I was there. It was these areas. This is the area. I mean, the company goes back to, like, I don't know when it went public, but in the 50s or so. So, but this is the 20-year data that they give you. I think it's 20 years. Yeah. Or maybe 25 years they give us. This is what we have. And you could see I was down this area. So, same thing you could see in Lockheed Martin. You could see it on, not Boeing. Boeing is not commercial. But also like L3, Raytheon, and so forth. You have a small market. You have one or two customers, called U.S. government. So anyhow, Air Force and Navy. We digressing here. So, but we'll see. I mean, listen, the issues there are not that plain either, black and white. If it was easy, they would have solved it by now. And Israel has several times come very close to offering exactly what the Palestinian wants. Last minute, they backed out. Look at Oslo Accord. So again, I don't want to go there, but and some of it has to do with Nakba, the right to come back because of the land. But that's a tough issue. Yeah, depends who you talk to. So anyhow, I don't want to go to that. I usually tell them, "Oh, that was Persia." Okay, from Egypt to Cairo, from Cairo to Peking to Crimea was all Persian. Okay, and everybody lived with each other fine. There was never issues back then. But over the wars and centuries, things have changed. So anyhow, not my problem anymore. Yeah, Dad wanted to be involved, and he had orders from the Shah to be involved, and he was always the first aircraft landing because of his skills and his level. But that's his problem. Bless his soul, he's long gone. In 67 was in Sinai. In 73 he was in Washington. He got the first 3 tankers of oil into Haifa within a few hours. So that, of course, that's how OPEC was created. Yes. Yeah, at White House. He went with Zahedi to see Kissinger and said, we can give oil to him right now. Remember, U.S. was on an embargo. We can give him oil right now, but we got to get a little bit better price. Well, what do you suggest? And we said, well, somewhere in the 10s area. So they sell on 12. But that was a 400% range. You cannot. That was actually caused the fall of Iran, fall of Shah. You cannot raise inflation that fast. The inflationary environment that was created in Iran created haves and have-nots, and that's where Shah fell. But my dad didn't know that. He was not an economist. And Zahi didn't know that. And they welcomed the extra cash and they bought F-14s and this and that. But the problem is that the damage was done. How do I know that? In my book, I mentioned it. Uh, I forgot the name of the guy. He came out of Oxford, educated in England, Egyptian. He was my professor, who was advisor to both Sadat and the Shah. And he had strictly told the Shah, and this is in 97, 77 is telling me, about 2 years before the revolution. He says, I've told the Shah, you're going to get into trouble because of this inflation. 2 years before, I was still a student. Izavi. Look up Charles Izavi. Charles Izavi, yeah. Incredible guy. That and then Bernard Lewis. These are two must reads if you want to understand Middle East. So, okay, why are we digressing here? All right, up and down volume, not very high yet. Okay, I don't have a diversion. I'm trying to look for a diversion, not yet. Volume is not diverging here. So we probably have a little bit more to go. Remember, our stop is 4,100. I think we're going to get very close to it. Why? That's 2 sigma. 3 sigma is 41.29. Again, this is the repeat of the cycles in nature. That's all sigma is. And fear and greed is very normal. It's primal. So we're going to see it in our minds as we manage our investments and we buy and sell. So we probably could go down there if we don't turn around. And I want to see a spike in volume. I haven't seen that. Where is it throwing baby with bathwater out? Now, am I under trouble? Yeah, I'm under trouble from this area. So yeah, I'm under trouble a little bit. But remember, we covered our call. We just got a new one. We got into a new one on Monday in here. So today's the first bad day we have. And it's also earnings. Now, am I on the hope side? Yes, a little bit, admittedly. Do I usually like that? No, I'm cold blooded. My dad was a fire pilot. You can't live on hope. It doesn't work. But I usually give it maybe a day and then make a decision. Maybe 2, but that's it. Yeah. So again, we're oversold. Whichever you look at it, we're oversold. Are we going to pull back up? I don't know. We can stay oversold. Last time during the 2018 market, we were sold for quite a bit. Remember, we got a signal in August from a skew. We went short in November, covered. No, I'm saying short October covered, the small. Went to November, a little bit larger, covered. Because it did up and down. It did this stuff. Okay. So we go down, I cover, wait. Goes up, get short again, covered. Then came early December, and then boom. It was like what do you call it? Avalanche. It just went nuts. We covered New Year's Eve. No, I'm sorry, Christmas Eve. We covered Christmas Eve. That was my second best trade in between 2010 to 2020. That decade, that was my second best trade. Are we gonna get one here? I don't know. Who knows? So, okay. Utilities done a little bit better at the margin. Lost a little selling. Look at the CI diff. Again, it's on a sell. Transportation, not good. This is not a good sign for SPX. So, and the CIs are in to a downside. You see a deep CI diff. Until it does that, I'm not sold that we're done. You need this to make a bottom, like a V, and turn around. I don't see it. I don't see it either here. Now, these two are not the tops. I don't care for Dow. That's not a good guess example where the market is. SPX is. SPX is we're in trouble, not the Dow. The trender. Oh, jeez. Okay. 8-1. No, I'm saying 1-7. Is that right? 1-7. Lose negative. Negative. Yeah. So it's 1-7. 1 positive 7. Yeah. We're near the low. We're building the low. Let me put it that way. Okay. Again, You're going to have multiple non-correlated data to look at. You can't just look at one chart and say, I hate these guys who take a SPY chart and draw all these fancy stuff on it and make a conclusion. Hey, buddy, that's just one dimension. It's called price. Show me other non-correlated data I can look at. For example, volume. For example, volatility. A lot of stuff you got to look at. Actually, you could draw somewhat a conclusion that there's a correlation between price and volume, volatility. Maybe at certain times it defies that, but obviously, common rule is the higher the drop, the faster rise of the volatility. What I do is what Robert Whaley taught me, the guy who created VXO and VXN, and then Alpha Series for Nasdaq options, and is a creator of the original VIX, the VXO for S&P 100. This is S&P 500, which is the he says you got to measure against itself. Light bulb, okay, it's got to be a sigma channel. So I count the sigmas, and it's worked for me like a charm. You see that dashed line? That's a +4. I know we're gonna go up in the market, and we did. Hello. So we're not there yet. We're close. You want to be looking at this. So probably most likely we'll start tomorrow posting some vol charts. I'll ask Admiral Tico to get up from his sleeping beauty, beauty sleep, and what the hell is that? And so we can take a look at that. Okay. Now, here's what we posted today. Very high, 52 weeks lows. Forget 56 weeks high, the debt. That's where the market is. You got to look at, do we get a peak or not? If you look at it here, we haven't been there for a year. Today, we may have put in the high for about a year, for last trailing 12 months of 20-week lows of S&P. Usually that says the bottom is coming. We're very close to a bottom. This could continue going. But if it does, like it did here, we got a lot more problems than this. We got a lot more problems with aid to Israel. Trust me. Yeah, we got a lot of problems with other issues internally. I mean, this is obviously was pandemic. This is the one I'm talking about, my second best trade. And if you go back, I don't know if we can or not. Hold on. How many months this goes back? 1 second. 10 years. Murray, you're killing me. What do you mean 10 years? Okay, hold on. Let's go 25. No, I don't know. I think we get 20 years. Well, let's see how much they give us. Okay, there we go. Now, if you go back, how come we're not moving? Hold on. Okay, so there you go. I'm trying to go to 2008. No, this is opening it. Sorry, I don't want to do that. This is the first. Okay, there you go. You can see it. This is 2008. I mean, we were 350 of the 500. At this point, we don't even have economy. Everything was frozen. So for the 1 year, we just hit that. We go past these levels, we're going downhill with no skis. Yeah, and it's ice in front of us. Yeah. So we shall see how it plays out. But right now, hold on. Okay, let's leave it like that. So you could see again. This is weekly where we are here. It's a pretty good reading there so far. So we should be expecting the low coming up. Now, I'd like to see also SP1 to hit down here and Momo get to -10. But you know what? Look at it. A lot of times it doesn't. Just because it's pointing that way doesn't mean it goes there. So we have more piece of the puzzle that's to come in. SQ, that's data for today. Let's refresh. 520. Okay. Yeah, this is a high and lows. Okay. 140 is a center line. So right now, between high and lows, ever. Since the inception of this time series, which is a computational value, you cannot trade it. So it cannot be manipulated. Yeah. And it's a tail risk. So it's the values of the put options of the SPX bid contract on the downside. We don't care for the other tail. It's a downside tail risk. And if we hit, then I get, guess what, Farry, what are you thinking? Sigma Charles. Put Sigma Charles on it so we can see where the rational tops could be against itself. Fourth sigma, +4, +3. These are +2s, another +2. So we don't have the intensity we had before. But if we spike, usually, if you want to take that as a spike, 3 to 4 months forward, at least 2 up to 4 months forward is when the event is going to be. Is this telling us? Look at the date now. Let's go to the date. 6/1. So June 1st. Well, we already passed 4th month, which is October 1st. At least in the what worked in the past, we don't see it working now. So maybe there's other signal, but these are weeks. I'm saying they're weak. They're not very high. We need a stronger SQ reading. Right? Again, we could turn around and go back up. There's no guarantee that we have to stay here and do this, but that's how the current pressures are. Okay. Treasuries, again, 7th year highs, and this is not good. Car loans are behind, a lot of them. Well, there was a quarter of it, maybe, or 33%. This is mortgages. You could see the impact on construction also. I mean, some pockets are different. Naples is a different one. It's the fourth most richest county in the U.S. That's a little bit different than average. We're talking about averages. You can see already the rents have come down dramatically. I'm sorry. What type of tea do I recommend? Hold on. Is that a hint? Do I do anything special in it? Easy, Gary, easy. Because you're gonna have Tico come after you. Yeah, exactly. I will warn you. You should not be trading against Tico. Yeah. But he gave a sell signal on crude oil. $4. $4 is a hell of a money in crude. It was off 3 cents. So be careful, guy. No, but I use Persian tea. Yeah. Go to Amazon. Look at Sadaf, SADAF. Look at Persian tea with cardamom. That's it. It comes with cardamom, but you have to brew it. You can't use tea bag. Tea bag is for kids. You gotta brew it. Yep. Okay. The spread. Our spread is current. Why? Because our volume. Oh. After 5, I see they clean the volume. Okay. The lead is X23, which is November. We can't. We're fine because we're October. So long November. Okay. And I guess I check it. I have to. So we're long noves. Excuse me. And short February. 3 months later. Okay. That creates our spread. We're at 0.55. You could see we got to about 0.4. That low here. We're almost near that. I don't know what this was. It was a little bit higher. But this is also not active. You go that far back, that contract was inactive. Remember that you gotta watch it carefully. I think it's the Friday of the expiration. You want to roll it over. As long as it's not expiring itself. If it expired, would be Friday before expiration. Yeah. Because the VIX expires in the middle of the week. On Wednesday, last trade is Tuesday. You want to be out of it the Friday before. So this area is meaningless to measure because it was not lead back. The relationship is kept, but because it's not active, the pricing is not good. That's what I'm saying. It's not a two-way market. So okay. So 24.5 is 24.4. We're below 25, which is a buy area. So we're entering oversold area. Let's see where we are tomorrow, but we should be expecting a reversal tomorrow sometimes. Yeah. Yes, Thursday. Or worst case, we could go home really bad Friday and you buy Monday, just like we did this Monday. So we'll see. No rendezvous points in the high or low area. We're rendezvousing it right in the center. This is stock RSI. Lori's up and down volume. We posted, Tico posted that chart. Not as bad as I thought, actually. During the day, I kind of took a sneak view early in the day, expecting it to be a lot lower, but actually damage was done later in the day in NASDAQ. Of course, there's some correlation. It sank the S&P. I think it was Nancy that said, SPY is holding up better, which is exactly true. We did the SPY held better. Remember, I don't know if, I'm sure Google is in the SPY, and Google is in the SPY or SPX. It's not in, I don't think it's in INDU. That's only 30 stocks, but the bottom line is the Google causes damage, and hopefully we get some help here from Meta. Yeah, Amazon is going to be a tough call because of next week, if it's next week, whatever. Is it next week or week after that? Amazon is going to be tough because of the economy, but I think Apple should do fine. The only area I would worry about Apple would be China sales. Okay, the models now. This is a model that we run. We don't post this. We just show it to you guys here. This is the code that Peter Cook, our illustrious chat moderator, put together, and I've been using it. We share. I did this part. I did this part. He did this part, and so unbeknown to each other, we just shared that. But he's very well read. He studies very hard. He's very up to date. He's a true gem in terms of edition. Everybody who comes to our chat room says so. I mean, they've learned so much from Peter. So have I. This is a sell. This is a sell. This is a sell, and this is a. Now I take both sides. I take the long. I take the short as an input. Not like you jump in and trade it, but as an input, just like our timing model here. If you go to the timing model here, short. As a matter of fact, this just went short Friday, I think, or Thursday night. So as of Friday it was. So it's very sensitive. You could see within 1 day it changed. No, we do not give these out. Yeah, people. Somebody said, I just want to. Wait, I get this. No. No means no. They asked me why. If I asked why to my dad, I would be kicked out of the house. You couldn't ask why from my dad. He's a military guy. Whatever he says goes. Anyhow, so no, but this one, I'm sorry, let's go back here. I don't trade this, and I don't trade that either, but I take it as an input for me to look at it. Because if I want to trade, I need a little bit more sophistication. Plus, you cannot sit through these with the futures. You can do with stocks, but you cannot sit through these. You'll have heart attacks or hold overnight. But it's a good model to look at. Short. So they're still short. We're getting flush. We're down there. So it is dangerous to short here. By the way, on the PMT, when we give you a signal, you need to get down there or forget it. What did that guy used to say? The one that was three, leave it, forget it. Yeah, either you jump in or you forget it, because things change. I mean, maybe the next day you can, but the prices will tell you. The prices have changed a lot. Don't touch it. Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, I'd say within the hour is healthy, but that's it. Because sometimes we like when we had a call spread last week. We jumped out Friday, the previous Friday. I think it was, I forget, but it actually got a lot better like an hour later. An hour and a half later, it was optimal. Nobody knows, but we had a profit when the market. Our market was bad. End of the day, everything got trashed. So remember, this market is volatility is king. You got to time yourself carefully, and then there's a luck involved that nobody can forecast. Okay, what else do I want to show you here? That is relates. No, we do track of the position. This is what the position is. We've lost a little bit of money there, okay, about 15% or so. But we track the S&P and the SPY. Here is our the long, short, and the expiration. You can't get in this. It's late. Yeah. So, but that's how we keep track of that. Let's go to swings. Okay. Oh, two more charts. Then we go to swing for the FANG. Okay, hold on. We've got to go to a browser. Okay. Two more charts. Remember, I start doing this now. Adding a 50 bar. This is a very good tool on a short-term basis. You could see we had a really good bottom there, and then we challenging it. And it could be this. It could be inverted head and shoulder down here. We'll see. I wouldn't go this far. That's too old. But right here, we can see it. Inverted head and shoulder. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So we got to see what's going on. Sorry, I've been up since 6. Um, so that's the 50. 200 bars what we always look back. And that's a kind of a longer view of things. And when this thing bottoms, that's really, really, really a bottom. Could be even a bad bottom. Whereas Walter Deemer says, I don't know if you guys follow Walter Deemer or not. When you need to buy, it is difficult. Okay? So now, you really want some tea? Okay. All right, Senior, hold on. Before we get to anything else, before we get to Fang, let's go to Amazon. I'll show you what you need, young man. This is for Gary. If you guys have any problems with it, write to Gary. Don't complain to me. Okay, Sadaf tea. You see that? It comes up. Don't get tea bags. Get the tea. I'll show you which one. This is what you want to get. This one, the green one. Okay? It's got cardamom in it. This is my grandma recipe. Get one of these. It seals it, keeps it. And then you buy these and put it in there in the box. Okay? It's Sadaf with cardamom. Don't get tea bags. Tea bags is bottom of the warehouse that they broom and tea bag it for you. No worries. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing this for me. You know why, Gary? Because as Feynman said, this is the guy who did with the tellers. Edward Teller did Edgebomb. He used to teach mathematics at Princeton. Physics Nobel laureate. If you want to learn something, go teach it. Are you with me? If you want to learn, I mean, really, not learn a little bit about it, but learn everything about it. You need to teach it. Why? Because you're going to get questions, and you got to be prepared, and you got to prep yourself. So I'm doing this for me, because every day I need it. I need to have somewhere price coming in. If I'm wrong that day, then I get a question again because now my basis is wrong. Next day I see, okay, no, I'm not. I shouldn't be long. Maybe should have been short. But where's the bottom? That kind of process, it takes something like this. Yeah, you got to put yourself out there. So, all right. So those are the charts. Let's do this. Let's go to, as I said in the beginning, we're gonna do starting with this week. Yeah, don't go, Gary. We got another one for you. We're gonna be doing Fank because I keep on doing it during the day. So I'll do it. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it for you too. So let's get started here. And then the way I look at it, somebody was asking me, how do you do this? Simple. Go to NASDAQ. No. QQQ components. See that comes up. QQ components. Maybe it's Invesco. Yeah, Invesco does it because I think they bought it or something from NASDAQ. Here's your holdings. That's it. Here's what you want to do. There's your 10 names. So I'm going to put this here on that side. I'm going to go to on my other monitor here, and we're going to do the charts. First one, Apple. This is as of now. I'll give you the weight. This is as of tonight. As is Invesco Holdings. Hold on, guys. You need to. If you don't know this, you need to print it out and look at it. As of this one. Okay. As of now, that's what it is. I mean tonight. They can't do it during the day. They do it at night. So allocation is 10.91, almost 11%. Apple. Okay. Now you may find a negative here. You may want to buy something. Okay. I'm not ruling that out. It's not just for view, but also to see where overall we are. To me, the weekly chart is everything. I want to see where we are on the weekly. Okay. Because daily has got a lot of noise. Remember, single stock is subject to a lot of issues. Earnings. What do you call it? Dividend, news, regulatory issues. It's just too much. You're not gonna find that with SPX and NDX. Very low. Yeah. So you got a big name in there could get into trouble. Let's say Apple or Google this week or today. But in general, the single stock's a lot of work. But at least let's look at the big caps. Why? It takes a lot of money to move it. So Here's your Apple. Apple is beta high, a little bit lower, going to what do you call it? Wedge, going to a wedge here, so it's going to be interesting to break out. Can we go lower? Possibly because of China. Weekly looks good though. If you look at the weekly, the 200 bar and 50 bar weekly is still, they both have a good slope. Remember, color and slope, simple rules. So we should be okay. We should be okay on Apple. Next one, that's 10%. 9.88. Billy, please. Billy, please. Bill Gates. Okay. He changed our lives. He really did. He and Apple. He and Steve Jobs really changed our lives. Okay. As we discussed, Three Sigma. Yeah, I would probably don't want to get into Microsoft now. Our bet the night before last was I'm going to buy some on paper. We did not do it, but on paper. We're going to buy Microsoft and finance it by selling Google. And I said, one of the guys, his wife left Microsoft and Google. Oh, he was like, "Hey, are you sure?" And yeah, last night he came and kissed the ring. They're learning. Yeah, they're learning. That's good. Yeah. I didn't know about Google was going to be bad. I knew, relatively speaking, Microsoft was going to be better. All you need that differential, but it became a wedge. One went up, the other one went down. So remember, when you do that spread, if one leg does okay, you're fine. This time, both legs did fine. Apple went up, Google. Of course, we had not traded this bad. Wasn't this bad? It wasn't 9%. This was an after hours, like 8 o'clock at night, where the cash stops trading. You could see it handwriting on the wall. Amazon, number 3. Holdings, 5.5, 0.43%. Remember, 10.9. Let's say 11 was Apple. 9.88, 10 is Microsoft. Now we're at half of that. 5.3 is Amazon. Amazon is going to have problems. I do believe it does. Part of its economy, general economy, general activity of the economy, and I think we're going to look at Meta, see how that is too. The advertising part, I think, probably is an issue. I don't know what caused Alphabet problems. Was it? I think I heard it was cloud, but I wonder if it was also their ad sales. But this is your Nvidia, Microsoft. I'm saying Amazon. I'm sorry, I'm tired. And we dropped 2 Sigma today. What do they report next week? Right? I think so. Not good. Not good. This break is not good. So now we got to test the 200 day. We have no choice. We've got to test that. And there's going to be some of people who hold out before we hit that. Short of news, short of earning news, but I don't know what earning is. Amazon. Well, I can have Nancy give me these for next time so we know what earnings look like. Okay. Next is NVIDIA. Can you believe that? NVIDIA is here. Wow. Okay. We're long NVIDIA through calls for February. Reg FT. That's full disclosure. Reg FT. Every time, if I do an affiliate as a long-term hold, I'll tell you guys. No biggie. And we post it. Yeah. I usually would be the organizer of the trade. And one of my friends is actually who probably came up with a question to me. I designed the trades for him, and then he executes that. Well, but I keep an eye on him because these guys are Romans. They're not good with options. Don't know. Right, Dennis? These Romans they have no clue what's happening with the options. You got to handhold them. And then they say thank you. They say thank you, and they take you to Italian dinner. You get more pasta. Okay. All right. So, no, this guy's very fair. He's very generous. He's already says you cannot go anywhere. He didn't ask. He said you cannot go anywhere for your Thanksgiving. You're coming to our house. I said you didn't ask me if I'm obligated somewhere else. He goes, well, I know you would change if you ask us. So I said, sure. He's a good guy, but anyhow, we have fun. Now he has messed up a few times, so I have evidence. In his case, I have evidence. Yeah. I mean, like, I think one time we were doing something simple, and he did invert it. I swear, it does. He inverted it. Yeah, because he had heard, okay, that credit spreads are better than debit spreads. Really? All the time? Because remember, you're making one trade. I give you a trade to do, that's what you do. But he had heard that, when they hear one is better than it, that's statistical over a long number of trades. But he doesn't not want to invert it. He got his ass kicked. Yeah. So, and I told him, I said, I'll buy you Chillicothe. Okay, I'll buy you Persia. You know, you don't owe me anything, but you messed up. I'm trying to teach you something. So he's getting better. He's getting much better. So it's all practice, Anyhow, Meta. Okay, Meta. We came very close this month, huh? To make high up here at the Sigma level. Okay, but sold again. Right now we came back. Oh, that's it. That's a 4 p.m. This is aftermarket. Okay, but still we're negative. Oh, we must have dropped quite a bit today. 307, and we closed. I don't understand this. How could this be? If we closed 299 and we're trading 307, this has to be positive. Huh? Something is wrong here with that data. That change doesn't make sense. Oh, wait a second. This is running against yesterday's close. No, but yesterday's close was what? Oh. Yesterday close was 312. I see. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay, so we had a bigger drop. It covers some of it. So today this was bad too. Yeah. We have a negative CI diff. I don't see. I'm saying CI. I don't like the CI diff like this. So we're getting closer, but it's still not a buy zone yet. So that's Meta. That's number 5, and the allocation is 3.92. So 3.92 of NQ or QQQ is Meta, better known as Zuckies. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Alphabet. Again, I use the Class A. I don't use Class C. I use the Class A, which is Google. Oh, they're counting both? They're having both of them in there? Okay. Okay, 3.3% is Class A, 3.2% is Class C. So combined, it's like 6. So, okay, that makes sense now. Here's the thing. Well, I think Alphabet is bigger than Amazon right now, and that's 5.3. This is if you add the two, it's 3.6, almost. Yeah. There's Broadcom, there's Tesla, there's Adobe. All right. So Google L. This is what I like. You know the story. 14, Jesus, 10% down. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. No, this is not. This is a bad spot to be. Why? You don't know if you're gonna short the hole or you're gonna buy it. Nobody knows. You gotta make it. I give it 3 days. Let others go fight over here, and let's see if do we base or do we sell more. Broadcom, 3.1% of that's Avgo, right? Broadcom. Yeah, I changed the name. Okay, that I like. That's not bad. I mean, this could rally to year end. Yeah, if we solve a couple of problems. Remember, the market handles bad news up to so much. Then becomes the ordinary or it gets solved. So if you go, let's say by December on, we could have a good December month. Okay, if we get all this crap out of the way in November, past the Thanksgiving, I think I would take a look at Avgo. It sold 4% today. Yeah. Now I would only play call spreads on these guys. Do you know what the volatility is on the $800 stock that's in chips business? Yeah, be careful. Be careful. Yeah. My brother used to work for him years ago. Yeah, down in Louvain-la-Neuve. Tesla. Tesla's number 9. Remember, they're counting Google twice. No, yeah. So keep that in mind. That's Tesla. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I'm heating up here. I wonder why. Hold on. Let me. 1 second. No. 1 second, guys. Sorry. I'm just getting heating up. Let me take a look at the AC. Okay, good. Sorry. This is a smart house. Everything's on your phone, so I'm cool. I don't have to move. 2.77% Tesla. Now remember, Admiral Tico told Elon on a couple of posts, both on Facebook and Twitter, Elon, this is that you should not be touching this. Not the most recent May, year before, just about when the news was announced. Based on what? Uh, Computing a free cash flow of a true free cash flow of what do you call it? Twitter under what was his name? I forget. The guy with the beard. I forget. I, I forget his name. The guy who worked for railroads that created Twitter. Anyhow, that you should not get into this because if you try to finance this, you're going to get into trouble. There was an article today which we posted that by Wall Street Journal how the banks are getting antsy. No, that's on Twitter, not Tesla. But he sold some of this to finance that too. I think Ellison is in there. But these numbers for Ellison are peanuts. So yeah, remember, so should be the numbers for Elon, but Elon has a lot pledged. Yeah. Elon pledges 133. So you know that. Below 133, which is about here, they can call his loans. For avoiding taxes, he's taking the money out and spend it on a loan. So maybe it goes up, he pays it again and pays it back, but sells some, pays it out. But so notice where it stopped. 133. Why? The strike price was 400, and this was a 3-to-1 split from the peak. So if this let go of the 200-day, yeah, expect 150. Yeah. Another friend of mine is very heavy in this, 2,000 or 3,000 shares. I don't know how to tell him, and he doesn't take emotions very well, but he thinks it's a great thing to sliced bread. That's probably true, or maybe, but you have other EV players now, so that's MBA 101, shelf space. So who else is in the market with you? Adobe. Guys, it's been a little bit longer. We'll get more efficient next time. I'll make more better notes for it so it can go smoothly. And we won't take calls about what kind of tea I should be drinking. It's okay, Gary. I'm good. Adobe. Okay. Another expensive stock, $500. I don't know why these guys don't split, make it around 100. You know what? It's less. It's more difficult to move it when it's $100. When it's 500, few people are out there. The big guys can dump it. When it's 100, it's a democratized. Average guy can own it. Oh yeah. This is a 3% drop. I don't follow their business model that well. I use their PDF. That's about it. I don't use Photoshop. I'm not an Apple guy. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm very tired. My apologies. But -1 sigma. Oh, I'd say probably 498, maybe a good area to see some support. Otherwise, you get at 480. Next time we'll do that too. We'll go give you very immediately, but quickly visual support and resistance. And I think we've seen the highs. I don't see it's going to go past 588 in this leg, 588. So you can put maybe a color on trade wise, yeah, on options. Okay, any questions for me? Hopefully, this little revision would be good and welcome. It also gives us an overall sense where the tempo is. Now, here's the final chart. Qs. There we go. You can see where we are. Okay, that's down 2.6. Futures dropped 2.5, I believe, so a little bit less. This is tradable and easy, so it got pushed. And here's a SPY for the S&Ps. And this one we dropped $1.04. Yeah, this is a Google problem. Any questions for me? Hi, Brian. How are you? Don't worry, we're recording this. We'll post it shortly. Hey, Jack. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Mohsen. Let's see. Michael, welcome. I think Sapan Vora, you're welcome too, please. Okay, Siegfried and then, okay. Again, what you want to think about is if you want to get our packages, we have a specials, expires tomorrow. We're not going to do a deal like this again. So 25th anniversary of our website. 25 years ago, tomorrow, I wrote the first code in a VBA language, Visual Basic, to manage an Excel sheet to get the put call, compute dollar rated, and tell me the terms and futures. And I mean, a website was born that has taken care of me for 25 years. Yeah, just out of finally said, I gotta do this. I sat down. It was the birthday of the shop. I said, I gotta sit down. It's a good omen. Sit down, write this. I had a date with a very hot date we had just met. I said, she can wait. I gotta finish this. And of course, I didn't finish it in a couple of days. I just wrote about 2 pages of code, and then I had some issues. I had to, get the data ported in. Yeah, but I had done the sorts and I'd done the, the architecture of how we keep data. That was for one what do you call it? Asset, OEX, S&P 100. In about a year and a half, we had 500 names, and we went from like I don't know 300 active 300 active options in a option chain. I go to here show you, and to from 200 like to 140,000. Then we need a huge server and the massive what do you call it, software, because then you become you have to choreographing you're choreographing a ballet in the middle of chaos. Market data is coming. These things have to work together. Let's see. So let's go here and say $ OEX.X. This is S&P 100. S&P 100. Okay, and then we would look at, and you have to look at all the strikes and all the calendar. So you have to, huh? Okay, there we go. So we have to look at. Why nobody's trading here? What happened? Was it a reset for night? What? Okay, hold on. I haven't looked at OEX in years. Sorry. Now we use SPX. Hold on. It's got to give you volume. What are you talking about? Yeah, there we go. Somebody. Okay. So maybe I don't know what happened with OEX, but that's why it was available, and it was also it was American. I'm sorry, this is American. SPX is OEX was European, so it only there was no early exercise. So the hedgies loved that. Hedgies absolutely loved it. There's no volume. Oh, there's some. Wow. No wonder there's nothing in the pit. I don't know if you've been to Chicago recently or not. All these guys are gone. It's history. It's sad. Oh well. Well, part of it was pandemic. All right. So that led to everything else. We started doing some trading, some basic indicators. Somebody had asked for a chat room. I had to lease one. Then I said, no, I want my own. And then we did a platform called Desktop 3. We had audio, video on. My brother put it in, but I went through a lot of expenses and never worked properly. I said, F it. I'm going to just use Google. Now, then we were beginning to get the pandemic. I said, you know what? I'm going to use Zoom. As I went to Zoom, one of my reps called and said, I hear, I made a comment, they follow me on Twitter. You're going to go there. Why don't you look at our GoToMeeting? And then, of course, we have a new version called GoTo. And so we set up that way. Now we have one GoToMeeting for NQ and 3 Zooms. One for ES, one for another one for NQ, and one for Tiger Shark. So it's just a lot of technology. All you need is a high-speed internet. But I couldn't be happier. I was at the right time, right place. See, when we hit 2001, my thesis changed. That was because the capital base dropped. The 401ks became 201k, if you want to think of it that way. I said we have to go up the wall of worry in volatility. We have to. Because we have a smaller base. So people's expenses haven't changed. Plus you have inflation. But now their trading capital has changed. So they've got to come out of stock, go to options and futures. So forget the stocks. Why do you want to compete with all these other big companies that are in stock? Go somewhere, have a niche, and also that's what you understand, what you know from your math and physics background. And of course, AGSM, UCLA Anderson Graduate School of Management. That's the second derivative school in the country. And I stick to it. And look where we are. Yeah. So anyhow, thank you all for your good wishes. I appreciate what you guys have done for me too. I've learned a lot from all of you guys, sometimes inadvertently, but overall, yeah, I'm appreciative. It takes two to tango. Thanks, Dennis. I appreciate it, sir. All right, so we're gonna close this. Go to next week. We're gonna upload this shortly. And again, end of the don't work at our special tomorrow. If you don't have the link, you can write to us. Uh, and we talked about emails, and this is gonna be posted on Yahoo. I'm sorry, on YouTube. And then we'll see you next week. Thank you all. Thanks, Thomas. I appreciate that, sir. Glad to see you, and good night now.